been a really wonderful first year. There was a clear direction from the ministry that I was here to support the development of the deputies particularly, but also the broader senior management team and the service. So I really came with the view that I was here to share my 30 years UK fire and rescue experience, the last 5 as a chief fire officer. And that's gone down really well, the way we work as a senior management team. And I've really enjoyed watching the deputies grow in their role over the past year, and look forward to working with them for the next 2.
For the last 12 months, it's been great. Chief Walker come with a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge, and a positive mind. And I think that's one of the things that has really fit in with the team and the department itself, is that, you know, he's open to suggestions. It's been extremely busy since he's arrived, to be honest with you. You know, we went from, you know, we had a recruitment class, from a recruitment class to earthquake, from an earthquake to 2 landfills, to COVID, to hurricane season. But it's been great, it's been positive, and he's welcomed all our feedbacks, you know, not only from the senior management team level, but also from, you know, listening to the guys on the ground. So I think that's brought a bit of fresh air as far as where we want to achieve and where we want to go, take the department to, you know, it's been great.
It's been an amazing year really, and I think the deputies probably are wondering if I kind of bring some kind of bogus with me, because we've had an earthquake, we've had 2 large landfill fires, we've had the first kind of pandemic that the Cayman Islands Fire Service had to deal with, which meant implementing business continuity plans, and really pleased that they worked for us. You know, we've maintained frontline operational cover throughout the pandemic, the hard and soft curfews. We're also fortunate enough that we've had no one in the service has caught COVID-19. So I think our kind of cleanliness and the controls that we put in place has worked. That has derailed some stuff, but there's been plenty going on. You know, we've received a lot of new equipment, a lot of new vehicles. That includes state-of-the-art breathing apparatus, new hull matro cutting equipment for motor vehicle accidents, extrication. We've also just received 3 brand new Oshkosh Strikers, which are the Aviation fire trucks that we use, and they're replacing vehicles that are 15 years old. So the kind of procurement modernisation, and of course virtual training, as we can't have the manufacturers come over to the island, has been a real challenge for us. We've also joined corporate membership of the Institute of Fire Engineer, which is all part of the drive to professionalise the service. Our first bunch of recruits that graduated in 31st of January this year are undertaking their Certificate 2, which is an internationally recognised qualification for firefighter. I'm really pleased that we've got another 18 recruits currently in week 5 of recruit training, and this is kind of demonstrating the government's investment in the fire and rescue service and supporting our modernisation journey. I've got the deputy chiefs currently doing a rotation, because we're all clear that my successor will be a Caymanian chief fire officer, so I'm getting them to have a broader perspective of the other departments. So the aviation is getting a broader perspective of domestic, and the domestic is getting a broader perspective of the administration role, and then that will help them with the selection process when we appoint a designate chief at the end of my 2nd year, and then I can work with that designate chief fire officer through the 3rd year over some specifics, which should put the service in good stead moving forward.
One of the key takeaways for me is actually learning to look at proposals, issues, new ideas from a holistic perspective in order to achieve a better outcome at the end of the day, instead of just looking from one point of view at it. Right now I'm actually working on designing and hopefully building a state-of-the-art training facility that will be able to offer international training here locally to our officers and also other officers within the Caribbean. So hopefully within the next 2 years we should be breaking ground.
I would say through the one-on-one monthly meetings with each deputy, the Chief Fire Walker has bestowed a lot of information upon each one of us, and it's beginning to develop us at the strategic level that we need to work at in order to run the organization in the manner it should be run
Okay, yeah, so I've got a programme subject to sort of travel restrictions being lifted and borders open, which I know we're all hoping for. But I've got some secondments arranged for the Deputy Chiefs over in the UK, where they'll experience some of the National Fire Chiefs Council, meet some colleagues. They'll see another island fire and rescue service, which is the Isles of Scilly, which is off the coast of Cornwall, which is my old service, and they'll be hosted by my own service for 2 weeks. And I think that will give them a real kind of broader view, because I think historically I'd say the Cayman Islands Fire Service is very USA centric, obviously with America being much closer. But given the profile of the islands, there's starting to be a broader understanding of our risk profile, and that you can use different equipment and appliances in order to manage that risk profile effectively. So that's key to development. We've also building a new fire station, accommodation and 2 multi-purpose appliances on Little Cayman. We're also continuing with our regular visits, because I want the sister islands to really feel inclusive and part of the service. We're looking at how we can rotate some of our frontline staff so that the sister islands staff can get more operational experience, because clearly Grand Cayman is slightly busier than Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. We've got a number of capital projects relating to our buildings and linked into the airport development plan. We've got ambitions for a new training centre, because our existing site here at Owen Roberts International Airport is subsumed by the development. So we've got to move and build there. Continuing to provide business as usual. We're looking at shift systems and working with safe systems of work. We've got 4 rapid intervention vehicles, 2 tankers, 3 new trailer pumps, 5 light portable pumps, all arriving in the next 2 to 3 months, and that will involve training courses for staff to become familiar with that equipment prior to us placing it, as we say in the fire service, on the run frontline operation. So never a dull moment in Cayman Islands Fire Service, and really proud to be working with some great people who are enthused to sort of continue this improvement journey and get the work done. We're also planning some work with our search and rescue teams. We recognise one of the biggest risks here is hurricane season, and we're in the middle of it. So we've put structures in place to have search and rescue teams that are fully equipped, and then we're going to do some search and rescue training with the aim to build over the next 2 years to have an urban search and rescue capacity.